It is time now to head into the chat room with Nine's Cameron Williams and Shelly Horton from ninehoney.com.au. Good afternoon to both of you.
Hi Amber, hi Shelly.
Now, New South Wales will become the first Australian state to ban mobile phones in all public primary schools. It's hoped the move will reduce bullying and the sharing of sexual images. High schools, however, will be able to choose whether or not they adopt the ban. Let's go first to you, Cam. This is based on a recommendation by a team of experts. What do you reckon? A good idea?
Great idea, Amber. Really, as a father of two young girls going to primary school at the moment and feeling the pressure as a father to, you know, they're begging me phones already, particularly the 6-year-old, not so much the 9-year-old who enjoys school without any further distractions. There's two main fears, I guess, about mobile phones. One is that they can be used as a bullying tool by other kids. The other one is that you could be sending your kid to school with a pedophile in their pocket, that it opens them up to all sorts of predators and of course to finding images and sharing images that you wouldn't want them to be doing without some sort of parental control. But I think really the main problem, the biggest problem that affects everybody, not just the unlucky ones, is the fact that devices, including mobile phones, are a distraction, and we've seen studies and real-life examples in places like England and France where remove the phone from the schoolroom and you find that attention levels go up, study concentration goes up and results in examinations go up. It just seems to make sense. We all know as adults how distracting they are. If you take them out of the classroom, out of the playroom, there's more chance for kids to be kids and to actually learn.
Yeah, so my 8-year-old is also trying to calm me into a phone because I said next year, maybe when she's in year 3, she could walk to school. And she said, well, Mummy, if I walk to school by myself, I would need a phone. And I'm like, why would you need a phone? She goes, well, how would you know that I got there safely? So they're very good, these kids. But Shelly, is there really any need for kids to have a phone in school? What are your thoughts?
I think that your daughter has your number. You're not going to get out of this. Look, the thing is, these days, no, you don't need a phone. It's just a convenience and an easy way of staying in contact. However, if you need to pick the kids up early or something, you can call the school and they can get a message to them. So I think that sort of excuse is a bit null and void. And I completely agree with Cam. I don't want kids to not be playing with each other in the schoolyard, but to be on having screen time. Like, I think it's really important to try and discourage screen time because it's going to dominate their lives for most of their lives anyway. So let's try and minimise it as much as possible. And of course, it's going to be combating the bullying, which is, as we've seen, getting younger and younger and younger. So anything that we can do to combat it, I think we should.
You know what we need, and this might exist, is just a phone that will only receive or send text messages to your parents' number. I think that would be good. That would be useful, right?
I
but
think
you couldn't do anything else.
There's
That's
an
called
app
a
right
landline.
there,
Well, that might be a business idea. All right, moving on. And a local MP in New South Wales is proposing large trucks be banned from some of Sydney's roads during peak pedestrian times. Now, it comes after a horrific truck crash yesterday, which left a 44-year-old woman dead and 5 others injured. Cam, what do you think of this idea?
Well, look, we're having the debate because of this terrible incident and, you know, it's still far too raw to comment specifically about this one. But, look, removing trucks from places like where this occurred in a very congested part of Sydney it's great in theory, but you can't hold transport to ransom because of an unfortunate incident like this one, which seems to have been caused by a medical episode for the driver and could happen to any driver in any vehicle at any time. Look, to me, this shows the paucity of good planning in developmental policies because they are creating so many congested areas like Green Village in Sydney, which is 60,000 people there in a couple of blocks. It's like something you've not seen in Australia before, and there's not the infrastructure to cope with it. You can't ban trucks from Botany Road. It connects the city and the outer suburbs to the ports and to the airport. I mean, they just don't have a suitable infrastructure for the many, many pedestrians that are coming out of those new developments.
Shelley, do you think trucks should be banned from busy pedestrian areas?
No, I agree with Cam. This is a bit of a knee-jerk reaction from a very, very sad accident. And the key word there is accident. It wasn't negligent driving. It wasn't because it was a congested area. It was because he had a medical episode. I think we've got to remember that the trucks are there for a reason. And if we want our food delivered on time, if we want products delivered, they actually have to be on the roads as well. So I think it's about the roads there to share.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments, and obviously it was a horrific accident, and we are thinking of the victims' families at this time. On that note, we're going to take a break, but first it is time to say goodbye to our... Let's head back into the chat room with Cameron Williams and Shelly Horton. And a study suggests starting school later may help students get better grades. Sleep experts say teenagers fall asleep late and need up to 10 hours sleep a night. So it's suggested a later start time would result in more sleep, better grades and less absences. Cam, what do you think of the idea?
Bad idea. Bad idea. Look, I think this study was really based on a school where the start time was already very early. It was 7:50. 10 to 8 in the morning, and most of us are still rubbing our eyes, I would say, at that time of the morning. They moved it 45 minutes later, and lo and behold, the students were more attentive, they got more sleep, they felt more wide awake in class, and to me that's no miracle at all. The trouble is, you know, over time we've settled on 9 till 3 as the basic school hours because it fits in with the rest of the community. Someone's got to get these kids and young teenagers to school and get them back. And I guess maybe, you know, later in years, say from year 10 onwards or something, where they're more independent and more able to get themselves around the place, that perhaps it would work then. But for early teens and primary, forget it.
Oh, I disagree. I think it'd be a great idea. I would love to have some more time in the mornings to get the kids ready. And I'll be even worse next year because my daughter currently starts school at 9 and next year it's going to be 8:15 and I just don't even know how that morning is going to work. And we all know teenagers like to sleep in and, well, my 8-year-old's already a teenager. I'm already waking her up at 8:15 saying, like, we need to get up. I don't know, Shelley, what do you think of this idea?
Look, I kind of agree with Cam again in that I just think we have to make school fit into society. But I've got an even more controversial idea. Let's just move it all a bit later. So maybe the kids start at 9:30 so the parents have got time to drop the kids off and get to their own job. Then, instead of having it finish at 3, let's have an hour of homework at school so they don't have to do it at home and an hour of sport, which takes it to 5, and then parents can pick them up. I think the child-free by choice person has sorted out our education system.
Miss, I've got another idea, Miss.
Yeah, go.
Why don't we skip lunches?
Yep.
Right, we'll have a little break, the little lunch. We'll skip the big lunch and we'll have Fridays off. So you can have 3 days off school.
Oh, because working parents would love that. But Shelley, I think you've got a great idea. Now, this is what I do to fill in the afternoon for my daughter anyway. It's like she has some sport and then she has drama and she's always like, Mummy, I've got so many activities. I'm like, yes, you're so lucky. But I'm really trying to get her till 6 o'clock when someone can pick her up. So, yeah, I think you might have hit the nail on the head. Yeah, schools need to come to the party on that one. All right, lastly today, public school teachers are being showered with luxury presents like jewellery and designer perfume. Now, according to documents obtained by the Daily Telly, parents are pooling resources and giving teachers Westfield gift vouchers and Visa gift vouchers, and in some cases just simply wads of cash. Shelley, in one extreme case, a parent tried to gift a teacher 10 grand. Experts warn that this is effectively bribing. What do you think?
Look, 10 grand, that's ridiculous, and that's obviously a bribe, and it's nothing but that. However, let's put that one case aside. My parents were both school teachers and I know they don't get paid well and there's only so many Rose's chocolates that you can eat at the end of the year. So the idea of parents pooling together to give them a gift card or to spend it, you know, Maya or something, or maybe some perfume that they really do want, makes so much sense for me. These poor teachers aren't paid enough. Let's give them a little bit of a present, but not $10,000 cash.
Cam, apparently gifts under $50 are allowed. I didn't even know that was a rule. So if parents pool their money together, should teachers be allowed to accept a more expensive gift?
Yeah, I think so. Look, but the trouble is the teacher doesn't get much choice about what that gift is. My daughters have pooled money. We have with other parents, and that particular teacher is getting a photo album of the students that she's been teaching
really
all year. I'm sure that's not what she really wants for Christmas. But the other daughter is doing better at school, and we did send that teacher on a 3-week trip to Hamilton Island.
No, you didn't. You did not. Well, we put in $10 each, but there's 20 kids in the class, so that's $200. We bought a gift voucher, which I thought was reasonable. Now found it's probably not allowed. Oops, won't name the school. On that note, Cam and Shelly, thank you so much for joining us in Chatroom.
See you later.
It is time now for 9's afternoon news.